everybody. So I'm doing something a little different today. Got this set up on my computer instead of using my phone, so hopefully the picture will be a little bit better. And also I'm going to keep looking down, trying to look at the picture. Probably not a good idea. Anyway, so I'm just here. We're going to make a quilt block like we do sometimes on Tuesday afternoons. And I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around the computer, which is a little awkward because it's on a stand. So it's going to take a second. And then we'll get started. Okay? Okay, so you should be able to see this pretty well. And I just realized that I don't have my microphone over near me, so it was probably hard to hear me. This might be better. And let me just check and make sure I've got the right microphone on as well. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, so what you need for this quilt block, if you didn't get the email this morning and you're not on my club waitlist, I have the Tilda Club in the USA, if you don't know me already. You need 5 2.5-inch squares of one print. You need 2 3-inch squares of another print. And you need 2 3-inch squares of a background fabric. So that's these two. And the first thing we're going to do, so just like always, I'm going to jump right in and start working on the block because I don't like you guys to have to wait for me. Give me just a sec. I want to make sure I can see everybody on Facebook in case anybody says hi. Hi, Crane. Alberta, we're in Alberta. My husband's family's from there. I'm going to go ahead and just mark a diagonal line on the back of the background squares. I don't like it when you guys have to wait for me to start, so I just go ahead and start right away. And hey, Sally, cooking dinner while you're watching. Good for you. I haven't even thought about what I'm making for dinner yet. I'm bad. Got all those freezer meals made yesterday, though. I feel good about that part. Okay, so we've marked a diagonal line from one corner to the other on each of the back of these two background fabrics, squares. We're going to put those face to face with our 3-inch squares, just like so. And I always like to put a pin in these. And I didn't bring any pins over here, so I had to go get, there goes the, sorry, just knocked over my camera. Okay, so I'm gonna put a pin in each side of these. I just find that it keeps them from moving around too much while I'm sewing, so. And I just put the pin far enough away that it's not gonna get in the way of my presser foot on my machine. Okay, so now we're just going to go over to the machine and we're going to sew 1/4 inch on either side of the line on both of these. Look at that, presto changeo, we're at the machine. Isn't that awesome? This is why I've just changed over to this method, so you don't have to see me carrying my phone back and forth between the machine and cutting table. So I am sewing 1/4 inch seam on either side of the marked diagonal line. You can make that seam a little bit scant, meaning it's a little bit smaller than 1/4 inch, because if you do that, then you'll be sure to have enough to get your 2.5-inch half square triangles out of these. And I was going to show you the block before we got started. And I'll do that in just a second. Okay. So we have those sewn. I'm going to go ahead and take the pins out since they're sewn already. So now I'm just going to cut these apart. And I'm going to cut on the diagonal line, right on the line that I marked. And before we go on, I'll go ahead and show you what the block's going to look like when we're done. The block will look like this. Hi, Marion. Hi, Ann. Hi, Pam. Hi, Heather. So this is what the block looks like. And I've made 3 already of these today. So when we're done with this one that we're making right now, I'm going to put them together in a 4-patch and show you how cute they come together. You can make a little, these are 6-inch blocks. So you can make a little like 12-inch, you know, table item, or you can use it as a mug rug or something. They come out and they make a cute little design when they're all sewn together. So I've gone ahead and cut apart those half square triangles. I'm just going to press them. I'm pressing toward the dark side. And I guess you don't need to watch me do that. Is it hot where you guys are? I bet you it is for the person who's in Arizona. It's kind of warm here, but it's not too hot. I think it's in the 80s or something, which is not bad. It's actually pretty nice. Okay. Now I'm just going to trim these up to 2.5 inches. That's my block clock. And my rotary cutter is not very sharp, so I know sometimes when I need to get a new blade. I know I've got one somewhere, but you know when you're super busy and you're just like, oh, I'll just keep using it until I can't use it anymore. Kind of like that right now. I keep forgetting that I have a rotating mat now. I've wanted one for so long, and now that I have one, sometimes I forget that I have it, and I still flip my fabric around. It's so much easier when you can just turn the mat around. I'll read you guys' comments in just a second. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here with this blade. The other problem with trying to cut right now is that I'm doing it while hugging my tripod. So I'm trying to cut around the legs of my tripod. Doesn't give me a lot of room for my elbows. Otherwise, I'd knock over the camera. My husband has promised that he's going to make me a camera stand so that I don't have to do this. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, he'll do that for me. Now that he's back at work, that might not happen. Okay, there we go. So now all of our 4 half square triangles are done. Now I'm going to show you how to lay the block out. It's really easy. Just remember they look like butterflies. So you put your half square triangles together like this, like butterflies. And then your other squares fill in the spaces, just like that. So this is how we're going to sew it together. I'm going to go ahead and carry it over to the machine and we'll start sewing it together. Okay, let me read your comments here. Let's see. You're working and watching, Heather, and Janelle says, nope, no meeting, you didn't miss it. Hi, Julie from Texas. Someday I'm going to be Julie from Texas too. Maybe. My husband and I are thinking about moving to Texas. Okay. So now I am just going to sew these together in rows. I always put a pin in the end so that they don't get squidged apart. I was trying to hurry and get the other 3 blocks put together earlier. And so since I was in a hurry, I didn't put a pin in the end of some of my seams, and some of them did come apart a little bit. So they're a little bit not quite perfect, but that's okay. Okay, last one. Still feel like I'm hurrying for some reason. Now we'll move back over and I'll press this. See if I can show you what I'm doing when I'm pressing. It's not a big deal, but like you don't know how to press things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press out toward the pink fabric and then in toward the pink fabric. So basically pressing toward the pink fabric on all the rows. That way my seams will nestle when I go to sew them together. Okay, reading your comments again. Don't need to twirl the corners on these, Janelle. They lay really flat anyway. You're eating dinner while you're watching. Hi, Nan. Okay. So I am just putting these seams together and nestling the seams. And I see Sally answered the question about where we're thinking about moving to, probably somewhere in the hill country, as Sally said. I like the weather there better. I tell Sally, so Sally is my best friend for those of you who don't know. Sally, I always tell her that there's way too much weather in Texas for me. I'm from California where we don't have weather. So use my dogs. I'm just nesting the seams, and then I put a pin in the side, whichever side the seam is laying towards on the bottom, that's where I put the pin to keep it from slipping over when I'm sewing. Can you guys hear me okay? I keep moving to a place where the microphone is behind me. Okay, it's all done. Hi, Scarlett. Okay, so I'm just gonna press this real quick. And then I'm going to lay these blocks out so you can see how they look, all 4 of them put together. Here's the one we just made. You know, my mess. So when you lay them out, if you lay them out like this, makes a cute little diamond shape. Hold this up a little higher so you can see. I am as high as I can get because the cable is very short on this camera. Anyway, there you go. You can see. See, it makes a cute little diamond shape. The other thing you can do, actually, let me show you. I know what I can do. I can share my screen. I'll show you what it looks like when you change around some of the colors, because I was playing with it on my computer today. Dan? So I am going to show you what it looks like. As you can see, I was messing around with the colors. So there's one. This is what it looks like when you make it just like we just did it. Only you add so here's the block here. The blues are here, and then if you do two half square triangles in a different color, you can flip them around and have stars in different colors in the corners. Or this one, I changed one of the corners. So there's pink here, 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 and here, and then there's one green corner. And that gives you 4 patches on some of them and not on others, which is kind of fun. Or this is the original version. So if you just do it the way we just did it, and you make, this one is 16 blocks, so 4 by 4 blocks, you can make a little quilt that looks like this. So that's it. That's what it looks like. Let me show you what it looks like just with the, and this is what it looks like when you put just the 4 together and like a little border or maybe a binding on it or whatever. So that's it. I hope you liked it. You guys were seeing my screen, right? Or were you not? Oh shoot, darn it, you guys. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can show my screen then. Hold on. Okay, I think you're on my screen now. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is what the block looks like when you have just the 4 squares together. If you put the 4 blocks together, this is what it looks like, and you put like a little border on it. And then this is what it looks like if you do 16 blocks and put them together. And then, I'm sorry for the confusion. I thought that it had switched over to my screen, but it hadn't. This is what it looks like if you just change 2 of your half square triangles to a different color. You can get a yellow star, like if you use yellow, you can get a yellow star and then a blue star here, if you can see that. And then here's what it looks like if you change one of the corners. Then you get a 4 patch and no 4 patch here. So this has got pink here, 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 and here, and then a green in the corner. So anyway, that's what it looks like. So I'm just reading your comments. Okay, let me switch out of my screen sharing then. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna switch back so you guys can see my face for a second. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Maybe. There. Hi. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like the block. I think it's really super cute, and there's lots of different options you can do with it. Mess around with the colors, get out a grid and draw it out and mess around with the colors, and you can find all different ways you can put it together and make it look completely different. And I hope you have fun with it, and I will see you next Tuesday. So have a great week. Bye.